Welcome to the SQN Top 10 ranking. For the first time you join in the program, please subscribe to the channel, like, share and comment your opinion with everyone. Today, join us to learn about the top 10 strange plants in the planet. Hope you will enjoy. Now, let's get started. Bottle. The bottle tree is a plant shaped exactly like a vase. It has beautiful pink, grown on the Socotra island of Namibia and is considered one of the most unique plants. The name of the bottle tree also comes from the unique characteristic that the shape of the tree looks like a vase. The bottle tree deserves to be one of the most strange trees in the world. Its body looks like a large vase, the whole body is pinkish brown, and at the top there are branches that look like deer horns covered with thorns. This plant contains toxins in the sap, and the natives people in this area often use them to impregnate arrowheads when hunting. The flower of the bottle tree is very beautiful. It usually grows at the top of the branch with a pink-white color and a little red-black pistil. The overall tree looks like a vase as its name suggests. Baobab. Baobab is a genus of 8 species of medium to large-sized woody plants, formerly considered to be in the Bombicaceae family, now considered to be in the Bombicoideae subfamily. Native to Africa. At the beginning of the 21st century, baobabs in southern Africa began to die rapidly from an unknown cause. Scientists believe it is unlikely that disease or pests could kill so many trees so quickly. While some estimate that baobab deaths are a result of dehydration from global warming, these tree species have a height of 5 to 25 meters, exceptions up to 30 meters. Diameter of tree base 7 to 11 meters, or circumference of tree base is 22 to 35 meters, exceptions have trees up to 50 meters. They are noted for their ability to store water inside their large, bulging trunks. With a storage capacity of up to 120,000 liters of water to ensure survival in the highly arid conditions specific to each region. All of them can be present in seasonally dry areas. As deciduous trees, they lose their leaves during the dry season. Some trees are said to have lived for thousands of years, however, because their wood has indistinct annual growth rings and is hollow inside, it used to be this cannot be verified. Today, thanks to radiocarbon methods, it can be determined that most of these trees are only a few hundred years old. And the oldest tree is 2,000 years old. Greenhouse gases, climate change and global warming seems to be the factor that reduces baobab's lifespan. Its flowers are described very beautifully, once appearing on Madagascar's banknotes, and especially they only bloom for 24 hours. This tree species is currently at risk of extinction. Mesquite. Mesquite is a common name for several plants in the genus Prosopis, which contains over 40 species of small leguminous trees. They are native to dry areas in the Americas. They have extremely long roots to seek water from very far underground. As a legume, mesquites are one of the few sources of fixed nitrogen in the desert habitat. The trees bloom from spring to summer. They often produce fruits known as pods. They are able to grow up to 8 meters (26 feet) tall, depending on site and climate. They are deciduous and, depending on location and rainfall, have either deep or shallow roots. Prosopis is considered long-lived because of the low mortality rate after the dicotyledonous stage, and juveniles are also able to survive in conditions with low light and drought. The Cahuilla indigenous people of western North America were known to eat the seeds of mesquite. Mesquites grow as a small shrub in shallow soil or as tall as 50 feet, 15 meters, in deep soil with adequate moisture, and forms a rounded canopy nearly as wide. They may have one or multiple trunks with a multitude of branches. They have bipinnate leaflets of a light green to blue hue that cast a light to deep shade, depending on the species. Once the pod is dry, the whole pod is edible and can be ground into flour and made into bread. The mesquite tree, also known as the tree of life, is 9.75 meters tall. It needs an extremely deep root system to be able to maintain life in a place known as the driest in the world. It is a tree on the UNESCO Heritage List, and each year it attracts more than 50,000 visitors. Burmishanu. The Burmishanu is a limber pine located in southwestern Alberta in the community of Burmis, Alberta. Along the Crowsnest Highway, Highway 3, and east of municipality of Crowsnest Pass. The tree died in the late 1970s after losing its needles. Limber trees are known to survive harsh conditions and are one of the longest living trees in Alberta. The Burmis tree was estimated to be between 600 and 750 years old. In 1998, it was toppled by wind, however members of local community refused to leave it lying. The tree was stabilized by Alberta Culture, Historic Sites staff using stainless steel rods and brackets. In 2004, vandals cut one of the tree's main branches. Locals fixed it again with glue and a prop pole. The community rallied to have the new Highway 3 built around the tree rather than destroy. The heritage symbol it has become. The tree remains as the sole point of interest in the once prosperous town of Burmis. Burmis Tree is also a band from Vancouver, BC, playing dark regional folk, rock and named after the limber pine. This a very attractive destination for photographers. Sunland Baobab. Sunland baobab is a well-known enormous baobab, Adansonia digitata, in South Africa. The tree is located on Sunland Farm, Platland Farm, near Mojejeskloof, previously known as Duawelskloof, Limpopo Province. In one study the tree was carbon dated and found to be an estimated 1,060 years old, plus or minus 75 years. Results of other studies have however suggested much higher ages. The tree used to bloom profusely in spring, at some stage providing a refuge to 2 pairs of owls and other bird species. Most of the tree died in 2016 and 2017. Before starting to collapse, it was 22 meters high and 47 meters in circumference. The trunk diameter was 10.64 meters. The Glencoe baobab up to its 2009 split was larger, and the Arbol del Tule is also larger with a diameter of 14.05 meters, and the crown diameter was 30.2 meters. The trunk consists of 2 connected sections, each with its own enormous hollow, and these are connected by a narrow passage. 1/3 of the baobab tree collapsed in August 2016. This was ascribed to age and the natural hollowing of the trunk with time. The property owners intend to leave the fallen trunk section as it fell, allowing natural processes to reshape and assimilate the feature. This tree truly proves its ancient name because its existence is more than 6,000 years old. The tree is 20 meters high and naturally hollow. Until 1993 it was converted into a bar that can accommodate about 15 to 20 people. Pejabay. The Pejabay palm tree is one of the scariest-looking thorn trees with thousands of long and sharp thorns covering the entire trunk. This palm tree originates from Central American countries such as Costa Rica or Nicaragua. The fruits of this palm look like miniature coconuts and have a very delicious taste, which is the main reason people grow this palm. However, getting their fruit is not easy. The sharp thorns on the Pejabay palm are often used as sewing needles or fish hooks. Pejabay palm can be up to 20 meters tall, with leaves over 3 meters long. The indigenous people of this region often eat this fruit after fermenting it. This is one of the main dishes in their meals. Today they are still used as food. Pejabays only grow in tropical regions, so they are very popular in many countries in Central and South America. This delicious dish is very easy to prepare, but it takes a little time. After picking the fruit, it must be boiled for several hours. When the 3 to 5 hour boiling process is completed, the skin is removed and the fruit sliced. There is a small hole inside that must be removed. Most people eat it with lemon or mayonnaise. The flavor is a blend of cashews, chestnuts and potatoes, delicious and satisfying. Pejabays is a great high-energy dish. They are full of vitamins B1, B2, B6, B12, vitamin A, vitamin C and vitamin E. Each fruit also contains 2.6 grams, about 1/10 of an ounce, of protein. They also have trace amounts of magnesium, potassium and zinc. Costa Ricans not only eat these in their natural, found form, but also turn them into cakes, stews, soups and even wine. This is definitely a fruit worth trying on a visit to Costa Rica, especially during Pejabay season. Carnivorous. Carnivorous plants are plants that derive some or most of their nutrients from trapping and consuming animals or protozoans, typically insects and other arthropods, and occasionally small mammals and birds. They still generate all of their energy from photosynthesis. They have adapted to grow in waterlogged sunny places where the soil is thin or poor in nutrients, especially nitrogen, such as acidic bogs. They can be found on all continents except Antarctica, as well as many Pacific islands. True carnivory is believed to have evolved independently at least 12 times in 5 different orders of flowering plants, and is represented by more than a dozen genera. This classification includes at least 583 species that attract, trap, and kill prey, absorbing the resulting available nutrients. Venus flytrap, pitcher plant, and bladderwort can be seen as exemplars of key traits genetically associated with carnivory, trap leaf development, prey digestion, and nutrient absorption. The number of known species has increased by approximately 3 species per year since the year 2000. Additionally, over 300 protocarnivorous plant species in several genera show some but not all of these characteristics. A 2020 assessment has found that roughly 1/4 are threatened with extinction from human actions. Currently in the world there are many other species of plants that can eat insects. typically the Venus flytrap, which has been named on the list of the most magical plants in the world. Hyperion. Hyperion is a red rose tree, Sequoia sempervirens, in California, 115.85 meters, 380.1 feet, tall, ranking as the world's tallest known living plant. Hyperion was discovered on December 25, August 2006, by naturalists Chris Atkins and Michael Taylor. The tree has been confirmed by Stephen Sillett to be 115.55 meters, 379.1 feet tall. The tree was found in a remote area of the Redwood National and State Park purchased in 1978. It is estimated to contain 530 cubic meters, 18,600 cubic feet, of wood. The park also contains the second tallest tree, the Helios, and the Icarus is the third tallest. Sillett estimates this Hyperion to be about 600 years old while others place it at about 700 to 800 years old. Hyperion's exact location is kept secret to protect the tree from damage. Scientists' research shows that woodpecker damage at the top may have prevented the tree from growing taller. These cedar trees have a lifespan of up to 1,200 to 1,800 years old. Its huge size means they are increasingly being cut down by loggers and are always in danger. Wewana. The Wewana tree, also known as the Wewana tunnel tree, is a famous giant conifer that stood in Mariposa Grove, Yosemite National Park, California, United States, until February 1969. It is 227 feet tall, 69 meters, and 26 meters high. Foot diameter, 7.9 meters, at the base. The origin of the word Wewana is not known. A popular story holds that Wawona is a Miwok word meaning big tree, or owl's hoot. Birds are considered the spiritual guardians of the coniferous tree. In 1981, the tree trunk was hollowed out to form a tunnel. Since then, this place has attracted many visitors every year. In 1969, due to the weight of the foliage, the tree collapsed. However, those who have visited this place will never forget the image of the majestic tree named Wewana. Amorphophallus titanum. Amorphophallus titanum is the largest unbranched inflorescence in the world. In fact, the inflorescence of this plant is not as large as the inflorescence of Corypha umbraculifera. However, the inflorescence of C. umbraculifera is branched. The largest single flower belongs to the genus Rafflesia. This species is called corpse flower because the scent and color of the flower resemble rotten meat. Indonesian, bunga bongkai. Bunga means flower, bongkai means corpse. Similar to species in the genus Rafflesia, which also grows in the rainforests of Sumatra. Amorphophallus titanum is endemic to western Sumatra, but has been bred by botanical gardens and private collectors around the world. The flower cluster of this tree can be up to 3 meters high. Like the Anthurium and Anthurium species, the inflorescence consists of a panicle composed of small, fragrant flowers, and has a surrounding spathe that looks like a large flower petal. The shoots of the titan calf's footflower are blue on the outside, dark red on the inside, and the surface of the shoots has many wrinkles. The cotton is hollow inside. Inside the plum layer, Below the plum blossom are two small wreaths of flowers. The upper wreath consists of male flowers, the lower wreath contains many bright red-orange carpels. The scent of the Titan calf's foot plant is like the smell of rotting meat, attracting carrion-eating flies, family Sarcophagidae, to pollinate them. The dark red color and rough surface of the flower also create the impression that the flower is a piece of meat. While the flower is blooming, the tip of the flower has a temperature similar to human body temperature, helping to evaporate and spread the scent of the flower. This temperature is also considered a hallucinogen for insects that eat corpses. Both male and female flowers bloom on the same inflorescence. The female flowers bloom first, then the male flowers bloom 1 to 2 days later. This prevents self-pollination of the flower. After the flower fades, a single leaf grows from the plant's pseudobulb underground. The leaf grows on a stem, later dividing into 3 branches at the top, each branch bearing many small leaves. The special thing is that this plant is very difficult to grow and rarely flowers. When the flower blooms, it only lasts for 72 hours. That's why many people don't mind having to smell the rotten smell of the flower and spend time. Thank you for watching the SQN Top 10 ranking program. Remember to subscribe to the channel, like, and share this program for many people to know. See you again in next video. Thank you very much.